sometimes eat the eggs with something else, but definitely had eggs, which is a good source of proteins also for you when you are sick. Moreover, it's got some vitamins that helps you and helps with stress and stuff like that. Welcome to today's Spring Life and Health channel. Today we're going to talk about what I ate while I had COVID. Before I go ahead, I want to urge you to please look down and hit on the subscribe button if you're not subscribed, or if this is the first time of coming to this channel. Comment if necessary. Let's get to it. 4 foods that I ate while I had COVID. If you look on our channel, there is a video that we made about top 5 foods to prevent stroke. All right, so this video came handy because not only do they help in that area, they also help me here. So the first one is I drank lots of hot tea. At least 3 times a day, maybe breakfast, lunch, in between lunch, and also dinner, sometimes before bed. I drank a lot of tea. And the kinds of tea that I drank were usual black tea and green tea, sometimes mixed, or sometimes just black tea. That is how much tea I drank, and I made sure that it was hot each time I drank them. Sometimes I drank them with milk and sugar, other times just black tea, just plain tea without sugar, especially if I drank it right after I eat. Being cognizant of the fact that I ate, I know my sugar, I wasn't going to be hungry, so I drank it without sugar. But if I drank it in between meals, I sometimes added sugar and milk. So the key is hot tea, not iced tea, please. I drank lots of hot tea, and my reason for doing that is that I experienced a lot of chills, as most of you may have if you have had COVID, chills and sometimes cough, and hot tea seemed to suit my throat, seemed to suit my chest to prevent more of the coughing episodes. So hot tea helped me out. And as you can also remember from our video before, tea is a flavonoid and it has other several benefits. And also, being a viral disease, you want to keep warm all the time. When you have COVID, you don't want to be cold, you don't want to have episodes of cold. You want to actually keep yourself warm. That's why your body sometimes actually becomes hot by itself when you have higher temperature, because that's how the body fights viruses. You use that high temperatures to destroy viral proteins. So you always want to help your body to be hot, not cold. And so that is the first food group, hot tea. Now remember, I didn't say coffee, because you can have coffee, hot coffee too, but coffee can make you dehydrated. And when you are ill, that's not the time you want to be dehydrated. Moreover, coffee can do damage on your kidneys, especially if you're already predisposed to kidney disease. And as we can tell, some of the things that happen with serious COVID for people who have underlying conditions is kidney problems. So you want to avoid coffee as much as possible. Stick to hot tea because it has minimal caffeine. All right, and the next food that I ate also during my COVID experience is eating apples. And apples is also a flavonoid. Apples good for their vitamin C, as well as also the fiber content. Even the sugars in apples are healthy, so compared to adding sugars to products. So I enjoyed apple. Also, I ate at least 2 times a day, one in the morning and one in the evening. Other times I ate it even in the afternoon. So sweet apples was my choice. I believe you could stick to any other kind of apples, but I liked eating apples when I had COVID. And I'm telling you, all these I had these while I was in isolation. And the other food group that I had was eggs. I ate a couple of eggs a day during my COVID experience, either with a toast or just boiled egg with my tea, alongside a slice of bread or bagel with cream cheese. Those were my breakfasts. I could sometimes eat the eggs with something else, but definitely had eggs, which is a good source of proteins also for you when you are sick. Moreover, it's got some vitamins that helps you and helps with stress and stuff like that. And the other food group that I had was hot soups. I drank a lot of hot soups. Sometimes just making sure that basically drinking and taking hot meals. That's the idea that I'm trying to drive at. Liquidy foods, hot soup, hot tea, and stuff like that. So along with my hot tea, I had hot soups, rich with vegetables and stuff like that. However you make your soups. So in short, these are the 4 groups of foods that were staples for me when I had COVID. Hot teas, apples, eggs, and definitely hot soups. Now you would have to evaluate your risk if you have some kinds of diseases as to whether or not any of these food groups are good for you. But for me, they work perfectly. But if you have high cholesterol, you probably don't want to be eating 2 eggs every day. You probably would maybe benefit from just 1. Unless you are already being treated and it's under control, you definitely could do that. But I find eggs helpful in a stressful situation and in when you are sick. That's it for the foods that I ate. Thanks for watching, beloved. I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers.